Lesson 4. Last year, Morgan Spurlock decided to eat only fast food for a month. For 30 straight days, everything he took in, breakfast, lunch, dinner, even his bottled water, came from one of the restaurants of the world's largest fast food chain. Spurlock recorded the results on camera for his film Super Size Me, which won the Best Director Prize for documentaries at the most recent Sundance Film Festival. Super Size Me is also a kind of shock horror movie, as viewers see the 33-year-old Spurlock's physical condition collapse day by day. My body just basically falls apart over the course of this diet, Spurlock told the magazine Newsweek. I start to get tired, I start to get headaches. My liver basically starts to fill up with fat because there's so much fat and sugar in this food. My blood sugar suddenly rises to an extremely high level. My cholesterol goes up to the point that it practically can't be measured. My blood pressure becomes completely unmanageable. The doctors said, "You have to stop." In 1 month on the fast food only diet, he gained roughly 12 kilograms. Spurlock's life on a total fast food diet was a one-subject research study, and his body's response a warning about the way we eat now. Super Size Me could be a motto for the United States, where people, like their automobiles, have become huge. Big cars, big homes, building up giant bodies with steroids. It's a context of everything getting bigger, says Kay Dunn Gifford, president of the Old Ways Preservation and Exchange Trust, a non-profit organization specializing in food, diet, and nutrition education. Everywhere in the world, the richest people build the biggest homes. But as the world's wealthiest nation, the United States is also building the biggest bodies. This is hardly cause for patriotic pride. We're leading a race we shouldn't want to win, says pediatrics professor David Ludwig. Many foreigners already view Americans as rich, greedy overconsumers who make pig of themselves on far more than their share of the planet's resources, and the sight of shockingly wide American travelers walking unsteadily like enormous duck through international airports and hotel lobbies only reinforces that image. Yet our fat problem is becoming a global one as food corporations export our sugary, salty, fatty diet. Beijing has more than 100 franchises of the same chain that supplied Spurlock's food, and each advertises and prices the same food in the same way, and with the same level of success. 2/3 of American adults are overweight, and half of these are obese. Overweight means having a body mass index, or BMI, of 25 or greater. Obese, 30 or greater. Even adults in the upper end of the normal range who have BMIs of 22 to 24 would generally live longer if they lost some fat. Add in these people and it appears that up to 80% of American adults should weigh less than they do, says Dr. Walter C. Willett, a professor of nutrition at the School of Public Health. The epidemic of obesity is a vast and growing public health concern. Weight sits like a spider at the center of an intricate, tangled web of health and disease, writes Willett in Eat, Drink, and Be Healthy, the Harvard Medical School Guide to Healthy Eating, arguably the best and most scientifically sound book on nutrition for the general public. He notes that 3 aspects of weight, BMI, waist size, and weight gained after one's early 20s, are linked to chances of having or dying from a great variety of diseases. Heart disease is, of course, the most well-known among this variety, but it is simply the most prominent item on a long list of serious weight-related health problems. Weight is much more important than cholesterol, Willett asserts, as a cause of premature, preventable deaths, he adds. Excess weight and obesity rank a very close second to smoking, partly because there are twice as many fat people as smokers. In fact, since smokers tend to be leaner, the decrease in smoking prevalence has actually swelled the ranks of the fat. The obesity epidemic arrived with astonishing speed. After tens of thousands of generations of human evolution, excess body fat has become widespread only in the past 50 years, and waistlines have expanded like giant balloons in the last 2 decades. In 1980, 46% of U.S. adults were overweight. By 2000, the figure was 64.5%, nearly a 1% annual increase in the ranks of the fat. At this rate, by 2040, 100% of American adults will be overweight, and it may happen more quickly, says John Foret of Bayer College of Medicine, who spoke at a conference organized by Gifford's Old Ways group in 2003. Foret noted that 20 years ago, he rarely saw a patient who weighed 140 kilograms or more. Now they are common. Childhood obesity, also once rare, has multiplied rapidly. 15% of children between ages 6 and 19 are now overweight, and even 10% of those between 2 and 5. This may be the first generation of children who will die before their parents, Foret says.